The debate's still going on, but we're going to get this thing started right now. Time for a little snap reaction. Here we go.
Get ready to fight from within. You're about to go behind enemy lines on We Are America Radio. War.
Roger, 3-2. Goliath copies all. Go ahead. Target is surrounded by multiple firms entering what appears to be a residential area. Requesting permission to engage.
Live from the People's Republic of New York City. You're now going behind enemy lines with Gene Baradelli and Russ Gallo.
And you are now behind enemy lines. Hey there, how you doing? Gene Baradelli here, back at home after a very long night of recording at Cafe on the Hill in beautiful Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York, where the Brooklyn Young Republicans threw a debate watch party to watch the second GOP presidential debate from the Reagan Library in sunny California. So what we're going to do tonight is just, first of all, I'm going to get some pet peeves out from the debate, and then we're going to take you to some audio that we did from that night, talking to, of course, Watson Prunier from We Are America Radio, the number one political talk station on Live365.com. He gave his views on a host of issues, including who should stay on the stage and who should get off the stage. But before we get to all that, I got some pet peeves I gotta get off my chest about CNN. It's been bothering me all night watching the whole debate. Now listen, I know it's in vogue to bash the media. I know that it's always fun to go after the mainstream. But really, CNN, I got a bone to pick with you about the job that you did in this debate, especially the first 90 minutes of it. First of all, it was a 3-hour marathon. I felt like I just endured American Ninja Warrior watching this whole thing. I don't know how Isaac Caldero feels, but if it was anything like watching 3 hours of just political yammering on and on and on, most of it inane, by the way, thanks to CNN. Yeah, that's quite an endurance challenge. CNN did a couple of things different in this debate than what Fox did. First of all, it was more of a free-for-all, and that, of course, means ratings, than it would be for Fox's debate. Even though Fox had the ratings because of their Fox, and they get the ratings in the cable news market. CNN wanted to pick fights. That was their goal from the beginning. And they did it in a junior high school schoolyard way. Hey, Carly Fiorina, guess what Donald Trump said about you? He said, ba 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 ba. What do you have to say about that? Go. I mean, come on. They were having them do the gotcha work for CNN. You know what, CNN? Next time just say, hey, he called you a duty head. What do you have to say? Go punch him in the eye. And then send them both to the principal's office. Because that's what you wanted to do to all these candidates. That's pet peeve number one. Pet peeve number two for me? Soundbite killers. CNN killed every soundbite. I don't know if it was intentional or just a style or if they had to just move on and they were pressured for time. But every single candidate had a soundbite that they were trying to get out, and they would go into that last sentence, and next thing you hear was, okay, all right, so-and-so, you're next. Okay, yes, thank you, all that. Yeah, come on, CNN, you're better than that. Or at least you're supposed to be anyway. Some people would argue that you're not better than that in this part for the course. Candy Crawley, anyone? But you're supposed to be better than that. Russ Gallo later on in the show is going to talk about how a debate should be run, and that moderators should be seen and not heard. And I totally agree with that. It was a raucous night with the Brooklyn Young Republicans. By the way, check them out at www.brooklynYRS.com. There'll be some photos up about this party. I'm sure you'll see a lot of great young faces and some old ones like me. I'm not exactly a YR anymore, folks. I'm kind of an old R, or at least heading that way. But I haven't aged out yet. I'm almost at 40, and then they'll age me out. But it was a great job put together by Diana Sepulveda, the president of the YRs, and of course our own Russ Gallo, who's the treasurer there at Cafe on the Hill. If you are ever in the Gravesend section of Brooklyn, check out Cafe on the Hill. Real Italian dining the way it should be. It's not like an Italian restaurant where you get served a huge plate of food and, everything's, square dishes and cloth napkins and all. No. This is Italian cooking the way Mama does it. Family style dining. You put the food on the table, everybody grabs and takes. You're breaking bread, you're loud, you're obnoxious. It was a great time. Great food, great company, great drinks, and a great time listening to the debate. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to return with some audio from the debate that night at Cafe on the Hill at the debate watch party with a little bit of insight after that marathon of mayhem. Gene Baradelli behind enemy lines. We'll be back right after this brief word.
Are you among the 64% of Americans who believe our country is going in the wrong direction? If yes, then eVoiceAmerica.com is the political take-action site we've all been waiting for. And it's really free. eVoice America provides your personal list of elected reps every time you log on. This makes it so easy to email your opinions and e-votes on top issues directly to each of our DC elected representatives. eVoice then publishes our e-vote majority percentages on top issues to each member of Congress and the media. Now, for the first time in history, we can know what millions of American citizens are telling Congress. No more gridlock. Join the new American majority using eVoiceAmerica.com, putting Americans in control of Congress. Visit eVoiceAmerica.com today. It's free and easy to use. That's eVoiceAmerica.com.
Hey everybody, Gene Baradelli here, and for those of you who know me, who have met me at a conference around the country, or have just even seen my photo online, you know I'm not the most fit guy in the world. In fact, exercise and I are not good friends at all. But I'm starting to do it more, and I'm starting to eat right, and I'm going to start taking Diabetics from Green Turtle Bay Vitamin Company. Diabetics is the first FDA-authorized multivitamin supplement for diabetics and for those like me who are predisposed to diabetes and have difficulty absorbing nutrients. Diabetics contains ingredients not included in multivitamin formulas for the general public and is unique for people like me who have diabetes running in their family. So I'm going to start eating right, I'm going to start taking Diabetics, I'm going to start exercising more, and I'm going to take you on this journey with me. That's Diabetics with a K, one of the many great supplements from Green Turtle Bay Vitamin Company. For more information, check out www.energywave.com.
Behind Enemy Lines. Back on the air.
Gene and Russ, back behind enemy lines. We got Duke Machado on the line with us. And Russ, the debate is over now. Thank goodness. Now, it just feels like, it's over. Norman, you know me. I'm like Patrick Ewing, the foul line anyway. But my God, man, 3 hours, over 3 hours of this. And some of the questions were great, some of them were okay, but most of it was horrible.
I do give CNN credit, though. I know people are bashing CNN. Megyn Kelly, I stand by my original assessment of her. She's not ready for prime time. She's an amateur. She ambushed the Republican Party. She's on a supposedly fair and balanced network and acted like an amateur. CNN, we know what to expect from them. Whether you call them the Communist News Network, the Clinton News Network, whatever you want to call them, they pitted Republican against Republican. That's what we expected from them, and I get it. So, kudos to CNN. You did what we expected you to do. You were the left-wing DBs. Can I say douchebags on the radio?
No, I think you can. Yes, I think you can. Duke, I think we're going to allow the DB word. Is that correct? We are after 11 o'clock, aren't we?
left-wing DBs that we all know you are. Megyn Kelly, we expected better. So let's just put that chapter into the books. That chapter 1 closed.
All right, debate over. I got Duke's take on winners. I didn't get your take on winners, Russ. Who won?
Winners, listen, Donald Trump, he won. Donald Trump's the man. Donald Trump's unstoppable. I know Gene's going to plug the blog later, but go read my latest post. Donald Trump is a machine that cannot be beat at this point. He's a juggernaut. Everything he's saying is what people believe. I saw a poll on the Drudge Report today, Gene, that said 92% of the American people think that a wall should be built along our southern border and that immigration is a real problem. So, 92%, that has to include lots of Democrats. So when people talk about like the swing states, guess what you need to worry about? Not so much the swing states. You get a guy like Donald Trump with a populist message, with a conservative slant. You got states all of a sudden that you never thought would be in play, all of a sudden in play.
You know, Duke, I want to get you in on this conversation a little bit. Talking about Donald Trump, it felt like he had a very strong start when we were dealing with all the junior high school playground antics. But when we started to get substantive, he kind of fell off a little bit, didn't he?
Well, you know, here's the thing, and this is, you know, I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. I know a lot of people are, and there's a lot of things I like about him. But I've always said, you know, he doesn't provide any details. He's not really, he's really good at throwing out the red meat, you know, and he's good at saying the things that people want to hear. But when you talk about how you're going to accomplish it, it's a different story. And I think what he realized tonight is that his tactic of only throwing red meat is not going to work much longer. And I think tonight several people kind of put him in his place and ended some of the rhetoric that he was going around using over and over again.
Oh, absolutely. I think that maybe did Donald find a match in Carly Fiorina, Russ?
Yeah, he found several matches. He found a match with Fiorina. He found a match with Ben Carson. Jeb Bush, the guy he talked about as being weak, Jeb Bush put him in his place several times. You know, when he said, "Here's my wife," why don't you apologize to her?
Yeah, you know what? I did. First of all, Russ Gallo, the awkward white guy high five between Trump and Carson. Can we just talk about that for a second? Did Carson leave him hanging? It looked, and did that moment? I mean, as scary as it sounds, could a moment like that hurt a Donald Trump?
First of all, Carson did not leave him hanging. Very awkward. Listen, white guys just don't do high fives or low fives, whatever it is. We're just not good at it. But besides that, you want to talk about a match like Trump met his match? No, I think Trump met his running mate. Trump and Carson, they unite forces. Guess what? This election is a wrap, folks. They already got over 50% of the poll numbers in the Republican Party. Donald Trump is touching, as well as Ben Carson, Dr. Ben Carson. They're hitting on issues that are wedge issues with the American people, that cross party lines. The majority of Democrats also believe that illegal immigration is a problem. Guess what? They're both tough on that stance. The rest of these Republican candidates, or so-called Republican candidates, they're not. Jeb Bush, nowhere near as tough as Ben Carson or Donald Trump. Carly Fiorina, she might have a stake in this now, but she never really took a stance. Carly Fiorina, by the way, excellent job tonight. I'm going to give like an objective opinion on her. Excellent job. She stepped up to the plate. She definitely belonged on the top stage. I don't know what Kasich was doing there, really. What is he polling at?
Well, he was only there for half a debate, though, right? Wasn't he? I mean, I didn't see him for the second half so much.
And as much as I like Huckabee as like a Fox News host, Huckabee needs to go too. Like, there's a lot of guys that need to go.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. Me, you, and Duke are going to play this game right now. Duke, we're going to play a game called Stay on the Stage or Get Off the Stage, okay? I'm going to start naming names of some of the middling candidates, and I just want to know very quickly, I'm going to start with Russ, and I'll go to you. On the stage or off the stage? Okay, so let's start. You mentioned Kasich, Russ. On the stage or off the stage?
Kasich, gone.
Kasich off the stage. What do you say, Duke?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear with the game on the stage or off the stage. I'm sorry, it's too hard for me to hear.
Do you think?
Yeah, you might pass to someone else. I can't even hear you.
Okay, Duke. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to try to get Watson on in a second, and I'm going to let you go. By the way, check out the Duke Machado Show on We Are America Radio, folks. We'll get you all the information on that. And let's get Watson in here right now. I'm going to get him on the line. I'm going to get him on the horn, as they say. Man, it's all falling apart, Russ.
By the way, Gene is sweating like
Patrick Ewing,
Ted
the founder.
Cruz in a Republican debate.
Can we talk about that for a second while I'm getting Watson on the line? Can we talk about how the climate control in that place seemed to make everybody look like Richard Nixon in the Nixon debate? I mean the Nixon-Kennedy debate?
I mean, I don't know what was going on. CNN, I don't know if the lights were turned up or the air conditioning was turned off or if global warming is real. I really don't know what the explanation is, but every Republican candidate seemed to be sweating.
All right. Watson, are you there?
I'm here now. Can you hear me?
There he is. Okay, I finally have